Have you ever considered what makes you yawn? It's one of those universal human behaviors we all do, seemingly without a second thought, yet its actual purpose has eluded scientists for centuries. You might think it's just a sign of being tired, but that's only part of a much bigger, stranger story. Prepare to discover the bizarre and surprising reasons your body decides to take a deep, involuntary gulp of air. Imagine you're sitting in a warm, cozy room. The air feels a little stuffy. Suddenly, an overwhelming urge takes over. Your jaw drops, your mouth opens wide, and you take a slow, deep breath. Your eyes might even water. This isn't just about sleepiness. It's a complex physiological event, and it happens to almost everyone from the moment we're tiny fetuses in the womb. For centuries, people believed yawning was simply a way to get more oxygen into the lungs. The idea was that when you were tired, your breathing slowed, and your body needed a big intake of fresh air to wake up. It sounded perfectly logical, but like many common sense explanations, it turned out to be completely wrong. Scientists have actually disproven this long-held theory. Experiments have shown that breathing air with higher or lower levels of oxygen or carbon dioxide doesn't change how often you yawn. Your body doesn't yawn more when deprived of oxygen, nor less when given extra. This debunking was a crucial turning point, forcing researchers to look beyond the obvious and dig much deeper into the brain's subtle signals. So, if it's not about oxygen, what could it possibly be? The most widely accepted theory today is that yawning is actually your brain's way of regulating its temperature. Think of it like your car's radiator, but for your skull. When your brain starts to overheat, a yawn helps to cool it down, much like a computer fan kicking in when things get too hot. This subtle thermoregulation is vital for optimal brain function. How does a yawn cool your brain? Two main mechanisms are at play. First, the deep inhalation of cool air into your lungs brings cooler blood close to the carotid arteries in your neck. This cooler blood then flows up to your brain. Second, the stretching of your jaw and facial muscles increases blood flow to your head, effectively flushing warmer blood out and allowing cooler blood in. This brain cooling theory explains why you often yawn when you're tired, but also when you're bored or stressed. All these states can cause your brain temperature to rise. When you're sleep deprived, your brain works harder, generating more heat. Similarly, stress and boredom can lead to mental fatigue, elevating brain temperature, making a cooling yawn necessary. Think about waking up from a nap. You often yawn, right? Your body temperature naturally drops during sleep, then rises as you wake. That initial yawn is your body's way of hitting the reset button, bringing your brain back to its optimal operating temperature. It's a quick, efficient self-correcting mechanism, helping you transition from rest to alertness. This temperature regulation also explains the contagious nature of yawning. The contagious yawn is a fascinating phenomenon where seeing or hearing someone yawn makes you yawn too. This isn't just a random quirk, it's linked to empathy and social bonding. Humans, and even some animals like chimpanzees, share this behavior. The theory suggests that contagious yawning is more likely among people who are emotionally close. You're more likely to catch a yawn from a family member or close friend than from a stranger. This indicates a deep, unconscious mirroring, reflecting our capacity for empathy and social connection. It's a nonverbal way of syncing up with those around us. The exact neural pathways for contagious yawning are still being mapped, but research points to areas of the brain involved in empathy and social cognition. When you see someone yawn, your brain might simulate that action, triggering your own yawn as a response. It's like your brain is literally putting itself in another person's shoes, or rather, another person's yawn. Interestingly, some studies show that children under 4 years old, who are still developing their empathic abilities, don't typically experience contagious yawning. This further supports the link between empathy and this peculiar social reflex. It's a developmental marker, a signpost on the road to full social awareness. Even more fascinating, the amount of time since your last yawn might also influence your susceptibility. If you've just yawned, you're less likely to catch another one for a certain period. Your body seems to have a built-in yawn refractory period, preventing too many yawns in a short span, optimizing its brain cooling function. Beyond temperature and empathy, there are other intriguing aspects to yawning. For instance, did you know that fetuses yawn in the womb? Ultrasound scans have captured clear images of unborn babies stretching their jaws, long before they could possibly be tired or bored in the traditional sense. This suggests yawning has a deeply fundamental, perhaps developmental, purpose. The fetal yawn could be crucial for developing the jaw and respiratory muscles. It might also be an early form of brain activity, helping to mature neural networks. It's a practice run for breathing and feeding, a fundamental exercise for the emerging human. The yawn, in this context, is a tiny, ancient blueprint for survival. Some scientists even link yawning to changes in brain arousal levels. It might be your body's way of transitioning between different states of consciousness, from sleep to wakefulness, or from boredom to alertness. It's a reboot switch, helping your brain shift gears and prepare for the next activity. This explains why athletes often yawn before a big performance. Indeed, yawning before exercise isn't a sign of being tired. It's your body preparing for peak performance. It helps regulate brain temperature and increases alertness, giving you an edge. It's like your internal pregame warm-up, a biological signal to get your mind sharp and ready for action. You're literally revving your brain's engine. Another unexpected trigger for yawning is anxiety or stress. When you're feeling nervous, your body can go into overdrive, leading to an increase in brain temperature. A timely yawn can help mitigate this, offering a brief moment of physiological self-soothing. It's your brain's subtle way of saying, "Hey, let's keep cool here." Medical conditions can also influence yawning frequency. For example, people with certain neurological disorders, like Parkinson's disease or multiple sclerosis, sometimes experience increased yawning. This points to the deep connections between yawning and various brain systems, hinting at its role as a biomarker for underlying physiological shifts. It's a complex, multi-layered signal. Even some medications can increase yawning as a side effect. Antidepressants, for instance, are known to sometimes cause excessive yawning. This effect is often linked to their impact on neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play crucial roles in brain temperature regulation and arousal. Your brain is a delicate chemical balancing act. There's also a strange link between yawning and hunger. Some studies suggest that when you're anticipating food, especially rich, satisfying meals, you might yawn more. This could be another brain temperature regulation mechanism, preparing your digestive system and brain for the metabolic shift of eating. Your body is a master of anticipation. Animals also yawn. Almost all vertebrates, from fish to birds to reptiles and mammals, exhibit some form of yawning. This ancient, conserved behavior across species suggests its deep evolutionary significance. It's not just a human quirk, it's a fundamental biological function, a shared legacy across the tree of life. Even snakes yawn, especially before or after a meal. Their yawns are particularly impressive, involving incredible jaw stretching to accommodate prey. For them, it's less about temperature and more about jaw realignment, a necessary mechanical reset after a big bite. It highlights the diverse roles yawning can play in the animal kingdom. The sheer act of stretching the jaw muscles during a yawn feels strangely satisfying, doesn't it? This stretching itself might release tension in the jaw, neck, and face. It's a mini self-massage, a natural tension reliever that prepares your facial muscles for speaking, eating, or just being generally expressive. It's a subtle yet powerful physical release. Another peculiar observation is that professional athletes often yawn during high-pressure moments. Think about Olympic divers right before a plunge or sprinters at the starting block. This isn't because they're tired. It's a testament to the brain's internal thermostat working overtime under stress, using a yawn to optimize performance. It's peak brain performance. The duration of your yawn is also quite consistent, averaging around 6 seconds. This suggests a finely tuned, automated process, not a random, quick gasp. It's a deliberate, sustained action designed to achieve its specific physiological effects, whether that's cooling the brain or stretching muscles. Your body knows exactly what it's doing. Some theories even suggest yawning plays a role in alerting a group to a change in environmental conditions. If one person yawns, others might too, creating a shared, subtle increase in alertness within the group. It could be an ancient, nonverbal signal for collective vigilance. Think of it as a subtle, sleepy alarm clock. The sheer number of yawns you perform in a lifetime is staggering. If you yawn, on average, 5 to 10 times a day, over a lifetime, that adds up to hundreds of thousands of yawns. Each one a tiny, automatic marvel of your body's self-regulation. It's an unconscious ballet of brain chemistry and muscle movement. But the strangest part? The science of yawning is still evolving. We've debunked old myths, discovered new mechanisms, but the complete picture remains elusive. Every new study peels back another layer, revealing just how complex and deeply embedded this simple behavior truly is. It's a tiny window into the brain's incredible workings. Consider this mind-blowing fact. Even blind people experience contagious yawning. They don't need to see someone yawn. Hearing the sound of a yawn is enough to trigger one in themselves. This powerfully confirms that contagious yawning isn't purely visual. It's a deeply embedded auditory and empathic response, connecting us on a fundamental level. So the next time you feel that irresistible urge, remember it's far more than just being tired. It's your brain's elegant, ancient, and still somewhat mysterious way of keeping itself cool, sharp, and connected to the world around you. It's a testament to the quiet intelligence of your own body, working behind the scenes. Every yawn is a microdrama. From the womb to the sports field, from empathy to alertness, yawning is a fascinating peek into the hidden mechanisms of our biology. It's a reminder that even the most mundane actions can hold profound scientific secrets. What other everyday behaviors do you take for granted that might have astonishing hidden depths?